mine covered with an ATV cover. May not be made for it, but it works pretty well. If you want to check out one of these covers, I'll put a link down below. This one, I believe it was called Overland Company. I can't remember for sure, but I'll put a link below if you're interested. All right, so I thought I'd come back with an update with the MechMaxx wood chipper. This is the 8-inch model with the Johnson engine. And this one is a beast. I've only used it a couple of times, and it has been a few weeks since I have used it. But I want to get the fuel in it used up before it starts going bad. So let me go ahead and do a quick update with it. We got a lot of brush. I also just cleared a whole new area of my property, ripped out some whole trees, roots and all, and we're gonna get all this stuff chipped up real quick. Now I'll do a quick rundown with the machine for anybody who has not seen my previous video on this. We'll do the startup here for last, but let me go ahead and hop over here to the hopper and show you how that one works. Also, I am gonna move this a little bit. I'll show you how easy it is to move, even though it's heavy. So right here is going to be your main belt system. This is where all the belts are going to be. You just pop this cover off to check them periodically or to replace them. I don't know how long they last, but hopefully they last a while. As for the hopper, we can easily open this up. It has these latches right here. And once you open that, we can then swing this hopper completely over and open this wide up. And then with that open, you can always look and see if there's anything caught up in there, clean it out, whatever you might need. And then you can also get to the blades right here. And these are some pretty massive blades, and they're pretty strong. They held up, and so far they are lasting for me. I haven't had an issue with them chipping or anything. And it's a big drum that spins it. And then it's really easy to close the hopper. There's going to be a little click. You want to make sure that that button clicks or it's not going to work. Give you a quick look on the inside of the hopper. You got a lot of space to throw those big chunks in there. This hopper opens as well, or chute I should say, not hopper. But you can open this up and you can get in here from another side. That way if you need to clean it or maybe tackle the blades from over here, it's always a possibility. You can get it from each side. Also, for putting this thing together, I've had a few questions about it. I think it was more on Facebook, but putting this thing together, it does take a little bit of work because it is heavy. As for the motor, it's the whole unit is like 800 pounds, and most of it is this motor. In order to install the wheels, the hitch, everything, you have to raise this motor up into the air. So you're going to need some kind of a lift, a motor lift. I used my tractor. Some people use excavators. Engine lifts are perfect for it if you got one. These are a couple extra bolts right here that are attached to this frame, and you can put some chains on here and you can hold it up and lift it with that. And then of course you have your adjustable chute. And then if you want to access your oil filter, it is right here on the side. Same with the spark plug. Now I forgot how much fuel this holds. I know the tank is almost full right now, or it's at least 3/4 or so. All right, so to start it up, you got your choke right here. You also got your throttle right here. So you can pull out your choke. This one is started by key. It's got a battery. Oh, I completely forgot to mention there's a little fuel line. I didn't even turn that on, so there's no fuel going in. So you're going to want to turn that to make sure your fuel is going to go through. So let's try this again. Started up no problem, even sitting for a while. But like I mentioned, I was going to show how easy it is to turn this and move it. So these wheels here, they both have locks or brakes. You just set them like that and it's not going to wheel around. Pop it off, you can easily move it. Same with the other side. This also can spin, so you can put this upwards or put these up, and this is going to allow these wheels to spin. I also just realized there's grease points back here, so you're going to want to grease these as well. But now with those up, the wheels will turn, and that'll allow you to steer it a little better. And then of course you do have a hitch where you can haul this around, either like a mower. You probably want a pretty powerful, I actually wouldn't use a mower. This weighs a little too much, 800 pounds. It's going to weigh more than the mower. But for an ATV that's pretty decent size, or a tractor, I wouldn't really put it on anything smaller than that. And it is heavy, but you can wheel it around. Okay. So I was an idiot there for a moment. I totally didn't even think about the emergency shut-off switches, and I forgot to even show those and mention them, so this is a good time. This bar here, emergency shut-off, and when I put one of the limbs in, I accidentally hit it, and I shut it down. There's also a knob or a button up here, so if you need another quick way to shut it off, you can just hit that, and then it's going to stop, and you got to reset it. So I'll give you a quick demonstration. We'll go ahead and fire it back up, and I'll show you how that works. And that is one of the emergency features. So let's say you were to go to fall in it. If you grab that, that's going to shut it down real quick. Or if you just need to shut it down real quick, you can do that. Like again, you got that button up here to do the same exact thing. And you just want to make sure that it's back up, or you're not going to be able to start it again. So now, if we try to start it, nothing, unless we pop that up. Let's continue. We ended up getting a ton of wood chips, 2 different piles here. And this is a mix of different woods, mostly alder wood, but there's some western cedar and stuff in here as well. But this will get to use in some gardens here pretty soon. But the rest of this stuff will go to the burn pile. The logs will get taken down and split for firewood. Now, I've had people ask how much fuel does this use, or how long will it run on a tank. I'm still not completely sure. It was 3/4 full when we started, and there's still a little bit of fuel in there, and we've ran it for a couple of hours today. So I know it will run for at least a couple of hours on a tank, a bit more than that actually. There's still some in there, so I'm not sure, maybe 3 to 4 hours depending on what you're using or what you're cutting probably. But it's a great chipper. I like it. I haven't had to change the blades yet. We could go ahead and take a look at the blades now after using it for a couple of hours and see how it fared with this. I don't know if I need to sharpen them soon or get another set soon. That blade still looks pretty good to me. Doesn't even have any chips missing. Now I will say that these are pretty expensive, but if you can afford it and if you need one, they are worth it. And they are pretty heavy duty enough where you could potentially hire yourself out if you wanted to help out in your community and maybe hire yourself for a charge. But if you're looking for a really good chipper for around the property, this one handles up to 8 inches. I'm not putting that big in there because anything over about 6 inches I'm using for firewood, but it can handle up to that. And I love that I can take some of these smaller trees and I can just shove that whole tree on through. But if there are any other questions about this, definitely hit me up and I'll get them in a follow-up video. Thank you for watching.